'Tis the season for porch pirates. What you should do if a package is stolen off your doorstep.
It's crazy. They're really high. It's already hard enough for people as it is for everyday life.
Your salary may be the same, but prices are continuing to climb. Plus, more masking changes for schools. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening, everyone. Winter weather warnings are back. Today's rain is set to turn to snow, and that will make for some nasty conditions. Tracking it all is Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. He joins us right away to check out the major weather system. Hutch?
Well, we have a lot of new things to report tonight at 10 o'clock. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We are already seeing on the radar display now. And if you want to follow along, you can download the Valley News Live weather app. Search VNL Weather in the App Store today. Go to the interactive radar and you'll see the areas of blue where it's changing over to snow already. Now, this is always estimated by where temperatures are appropriate for some snow, but we have confirmation based on the Minnesota Department of Transportation cameras. There's some long flakes flying on Highway 11 near War Road. There are also flakes showing up near Osage as well. We have more on this in just a minute, but right now we're expecting that turnover where we see the freezing temperatures here. There's a few areas where that is beginning already. The sooner this starts, the better chance we have of some Thursday morning chance of snow. Thursday afternoon, it spreads south here into the Southern Valley late in the day. On Friday, we'll see that snow exiting, but not until the afternoon. And some of you could certainly see 6 to 10 plus inches of snow and a clipper system we're going to update you on. The hint is it looks a little bit less threatening than it did yesterday. So it looks like a busy next few days of weather. We'll have details in hour by hour style and what you can expect, but the fact that this is already changing over to big flakes of snow in northwest and central portions of Minnesota, it's not necessarily a good sign. I think we're going to have some healthy accumulations in those areas.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch.
You bet.
And like Hutch mentioned, you can keep track of the weather right where you are with the VNL Weather app. Just go to your app store, search VNL Weather, and download it for free. Consumer prices are now the highest they've been in the last 3 decades. The U.S. Labor Department says the price for goods and services is up more than 6% from last year. Valley News Team's Nishay Taylor has more on how inflation is impacting us here at home.
It's crazy. They're really high. It's already hard enough for people as it is for everyday life.
Consumers are having to fork over more cash to buy everyday items. The U.S. Labor Department says prices have jumped by 6.2% over the last year, the highest since 1990. And there are a few reasons for it.
So inflation tends to be a monetary phenomenon, and we have seen a lot more money in the economy. A lot of this currency made its way into the economy through fiscal policy, which means the government sent us checks, the government spending money.
The price for gas is up about 5% in just the last month and 30% from last year. According to AAA, the average cost per gallon of gas in North Dakota is $3.21. Prices were disproportionately low last year because of the pandemic, but even in 2019, it just was over $2.50.
It's probably a little bit almost to $80 for a full tank. I no longer can afford a full tank of gas, so it's really upsetting. But it's a necessity, especially when you have kids and appointments to get to.
It could also cost you more to heat your homes this winter. The price for U.S. heating oil now runs $3.41 a gallon, up more than $1.25. And with those increasing energy costs, businesses are having to pay more to make and ship their stuff. But there's more.
So we have a secondary factor right now, which is bottlenecks in the supply chain.
Less supply means higher costs. The price for food and rent are also on the rise. Experts say inflation is likely getting worse before it gets better.
So if you're thinking about making a big purchase in the spring or the summer, maybe you make that purchase now.
In Fargo, Nishay Taylor, Valley News Live.
President Joe Biden said today reversing inflation is, quote, top priority. New tonight at 10, West Fargo Public Schools is hosting private vaccine clinics next week. It's the first local school district that's formally organizing vaccine clinics for children. The district says they've secured 1,000 doses of the vaccine for their students. The details on how to register and a number of public vaccination events available are all on our website, valleynewslive.com. Many parents have reached out with questions after Fargo Public Schools changed the district's masking rules last night from required to requested for after school hours. School and health officials tell Valley News Live the change is because of numbers. During school hours, everyone is required to be in attendance, but sports, theater, and other programs have a smaller number of students. FPS also says student athletes have one of the highest percentages of vaccination. When asked if more changes could be on the way, FPS says they're listening to local, state, and national health officials. Holly Public Schools say masks will be required in high school and elementary schools starting tomorrow. They say it's due to 5 confirmed positive COVID-19 cases in each of the schools. According to their Nugget school opening plan, 5 COVID cases triggers the mask requirement for a minimum of 2 weeks or until cases fall below that threshold. The holidays are right around the corner, which likely means more and more packages will be arriving on your doorstep. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling tells us how you can protect your packages from porch pirates.
Porch pirates are a problem year-round, but as people shop more and buy more expensive things for gifts, it's likely to get worse.
It will pick up. It seems to pick up every year closer to the holiday season.
Apps like Ring, Neighbors, and Nextdoor are full of examples where people's property have been stolen right off their porches. So what should you do if you suspect that someone has stolen your package? Rhonda Jorgensen with West Fargo PD says that you should first make sure your mailman says they delivered it, and then contact law enforcement, who would make an effort to catch the suspect, adding that video surveillance is the best tool in dealing with porch pirates.
Video footage is always helpful for us.
Fargo Police Department says requiring a signature for packages will help ensure you get them. Jorgensen also says that some theft can be thwarted by getting to know your neighbors.
If you see someone who doesn't belong in the area, try to get a description, a vehicle description, a license plate. Just be vigilant of what is going on in your neighborhood.
Through working with the mail system to neighbors working together, there are many ways to protect yourself from porch pirates. In Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
And for even more tips, just head to this story on our website, valleynewslive.com. Police have deemed a garage fire yesterday arson, and they're still looking for the person responsible. That happened at the Villa Apartments in Dilworth. A vehicle caught fire with flames spreading to at least 4 garages, damaging 2 cars and personal property. A fire this morning ripped through a garage off of 5th Street North in Fargo with people inside. They managed to get out okay, despite the garage being fully engulfed and spreading to a neighboring home. Firefighters are still working to figure out how that fire started. A Moorhead man is dead after he was pinned under the van he was working to repair. That happened in the 1300 block of 34th Avenue South this morning. Officers say the man was trapped under the front of the van inside a garage. They say another man was there and tried to help, but he died before he could be freed. A bombshell today as the owner of now closed Glosser Images, Jack Glosser, had his first court appearance. The state attorney general's office says Glosser's attorneys didn't provide the court with the emails, evidence, and files they'd asked for. He thinks Jack Glosser could be deleting evidence. Glosser's attorneys say they weren't given enough time to prepare the files that were requested. A terrifying situation in St. Cloud yesterday. A teenager allegedly robbed a 78-year-old woman from inside her car. Police say that happened just before 9 in the morning in a parking lot near several stores and restaurants. They say the woman was sitting in her car when a 17-year-old boy got into her car from a rear door and threatened her with a gun. He's being held on charges of aggravated robbery. Another bizarre crime, this one out of Bismarck. A man told police that a stranger pounded on his door, and when he opened it, the man hit him in the face with a concrete cylinder. 34-year-old Russell Goodleft was arrested and booked into jail on aggravated assault charges. Valley News Live has an update on North Dakota's new redistricting bill. Last night we told you the controversial bill passed the North Dakota House, and today it passed the state Senate with a vote of 40-7. Once it's signed into law by Governor Burgum, 2 districts in the north central part of the state will be split in half. Each half will have 1 representative in the House. The splits were made on behalf of tribal nations who were hoping to have a better chance at representation in the legislature. Still ahead tonight, a unique and furry approach to helping veterans.
Look at this. Flakes are indeed flying. This is Lake Itasca on US 71. Things are getting white. We're seeing some evidence that there is snow accumulating already on grassy areas in Beltrami County. The radar shows activity starting to transition. Your hour-by-hour forecast is next. Here's a look at some rainfall reports from our NDON friends. Your forecast is next.
Valley News Live, Whistleblower Hotline.
One parent reached out to our whistleblower hotline.
Getting you results.